So the worst side effect from caffeine withdrawal is headaches. In my opinion, when it comes to withdrawal from caffeine, which I'm kind of going through it right now, because I typically will drink something like before exercise, like I'll drink one of these Bang Energies, like half it or the full thing. And then around 12 or 1, I'll have maybe like a cup of coffee or something. But I've started tapering it down. Reason being, it's because I've noticed when it comes to sleep, for some, if you drink caffeine past 2 in the afternoon, for some, just in whatever kind of caffeine, if you use the pills, the caffeine pills, you drink coffee, energy drink, etc., it's shown that obviously, because caffeine stays in your system longer than you think, not just because you're not feeling it, it still can affect your sleep and your wake and sleep cycles, that I've been dropping it some because I've been going to bed. Typically, a while back, I was going to bed later, and I could go off of like 5 or 6 hours of sleep, which I still kind of can, but I'm trying to get my sleeping now to where I'm going to bed around 9:30, 10 o'clock latest, and getting up around now 4 or 5 in the morning. I used to do that, and that actually used to be the most natural for me a while back. And I think in order to do that, the only thing that's really going to help is dropping the caffeine for right now. Dropping it, not completely taking it off or, cutting it out, but trying to just reduce it to an amount to where I can really make this change. And once again, it's not the caffeine by itself. There's a psychological aspect that the first couple of days of doing this, the whole thing is just getting out of bed and just doing it. Now, real quick, let's talk about caffeine withdrawal. Headaches. Headaches are typically the number one thing, because when I went on even in vacations in the past and whatnot, I always, I've given up caffeine and whatnot. Even the only time I didn't was when I went to Italy and we had changes of time zones and I was drinking caffeine, which made it a lot worse, the sleeping. But if you are going to be reducing your caffeine for whatever reason, and you've been drinking it daily, and people don't realize this, caffeine is a drug in itself. Nothing wrong with it, but it is a drug, and you will withdraw from it more than likely. If you go complete cold turkey off of it, the headaches, the fogginess you'll feel, just kind of like, not confused, just kind of like you have like this curtain over you, for example. This foggy curtain, to where you'll just kind of, everything will just kind of feel like, just very, Now, there are some things that can help with it, but in my opinion, when it comes to caffeine withdrawal, there's not really any supplements or things you really need to take. But the other thing too that comes with caffeine withdrawal is sometimes it can mess with your digestive system a little bit. It can cause, because a lot of times people drink or use caffeine to go to the bathroom. Unfortunately, when you stop, sometimes it can cause some more constipation, which if you did need to take something for the constipation, magnesium, drinking some Powerade, using if you needed to for a couple of days, maybe a little bit of a Miralax. I would stay away from Milk and Mag. That stuff does not help, in my opinion. It just causes diarrhea. But using that for a few days. But the interesting thing about it is when you lower your caffeine or you just quit completely, because I know there are people who will drop it completely for like 6 months, which is wild. And the first time they drink a cup of coffee again, they feel it's like, I don't want to say a high, but it feels like the first time you drank it again. And it's like a bouncy, like, oh my gosh, I haven't had this in forever. But once again, I'm not gonna quit coffee all in all. I mean, not coffee, just caffeine. I just want to lower it. And I think through, once again, when you're coming off of anything, my personal recommendation is to always taper to whatever you're getting to. You can cold turkey things, obviously. Obviously, you can cold turkey things. Obviously. But you will have a lot more problems initially, which can make it harder to, just continue your day-to-day activities. Even through tapering off of stuff, it'll make whatever you're using that much more valuable, and you'll get so much more out of it. That's why a lot of times people who even, let me think, who even take, let's just throw out ADD medications for whatever reason. A lot of times they're prescribed these high doses, 40 to 60 milligrams of, amphetamines twice a day, take 230 milligrams or 220 milligrams. And it works, but I mean, you develop a physiological tolerance to it to where it's not near as effective, to where if you drop your dose to even 10, you drop it to 10 milligrams 3 times a day, or even to 5 to 10 milligrams twice a day, you'll notice the doses are so much more effective for you. It might be hard at first for the first couple days, but you won't go through an all-out withdrawal. And when you take your doses, your body will naturally start responding to it and utilizing it more effectively. So just because you're taking a lower dose of something, one thing you gotta keep in mind is it's not like your body's not getting it. Yeah, there'll be a little bit of a psychologically, you might feel a little bit like, a little bit off, but I'm telling you, sometimes when you lower doses of things, just in general, and you lower it from let's just say 40 milligrams total, 20 milligrams twice a day of an ADD medication, and then you drop it to 10 milligrams twice a day, so you're going from 40 to 20, and then just to 5 milligrams twice a day, you'll notice it works better, more effective, and you feel better throughout the day. You're not having all these psychological mood swings as well. This is another thing with caffeine being a stimulant. There's a lot more ups and downs, to where if you're using a lower dose of it, yeah, you might not think you're getting that same effect energy wise, but you'll notice though it's worth it. Instead of having the ups and downs and the crashes and whatnot and feeling irritable. So that's another reason to try that I'm going to be trying it. But I'm not giving, this isn't medical advice or anything. This is just my own opinion on some of these things in general. But yeah, I'm going to start doing that when I get up early. Just in general, I'm going to be working out earlier. And just in general, even without getting up earlier, I'm just going to do this because I think, I've been doing it now the last couple of days, not getting up earlier, but lowering the caffeine consumption. Because first off, I don't want to continue to go up because it'll become less effective when it comes to caffeine, but also just honestly appreciating it more. You appreciate it a lot more too when you have a lower dose of it. And once again, the mood swings can be I'm not going to say eliminated, but they can drastically be reduced through it. Everyone have a great week. That is real quick. That is your morning car. I'm just going to call your morning car dose of mental health, but I'm going to continue the car series. There's a lot more stuff coming out. Check out all the shorts. And by the way, the shorts now, the YouTube shorts, it's different than the long form videos. The YouTube shorts are kind of like my running, which I haven't put out for a while, but I'm still running every day. That's what I'm about ready to do. Running. Also motivational shorts of celebrities, athletes, and some comedy. I just put one out because, you have to laugh too. You have to be serious about your mental health, but also you have to laugh too, because laughing is just huge when it comes to mental health, especially if you're suffering from major depressive disorder and whatnot, or even anxiety. You got to have a good laugh regardless of what you're going through, but it's all mental health related. Okay, everyone, leave a comment. Tell me if you've ever went through a caffeine withdrawal, or you've dropped your dose, or if any medication, if you've noticed, if you've dropped a dose or tapered it a little bit, if you feel like it's been more effective. Leave a comment, subscribe. We'll have a lot more stuff coming out, more shorts as well. I love you all. Love all you new subscribers. I appreciate it. Jump on board. There's going to be a lot more cool stuff coming out in this channel. We're just going to keep on pushing it and going for it. Love y'all.